Hello and welcome to a brand new game on my channel. This game is called Realpolitiks. It will be available on Steam on February 16th, so not too far away. It's basically a political strategy sim type game. I haven't tried it at all, so I thought we'd jump right in, go through the tutorial, and then I think this is a demo version, so I think there's maybe a one scenario that we can try. So let's jump in. That's a great picture. Looks just like me. So we can play either Russia or Germany in the tutorial, I think, right? Let's do the tutorial. All right, we'll do the tutorial here. All right, so suggested countries are Poland. Excellent. Learn about the interface and basic rules of economy in the game. All right, so let's go. We shall be tutorial basics. Oh, start. Welcome to Realpolitiks, a grand strategy game by Jujubee. In this scenario, you'll learn about the interface and economic aspects of the game. Move to the next page by clicking the arrow below. Basic information about your country is shown in the upper bar. Hover your mouse over the icons to see what they represent and what makes up their values. Number in the brackets represent the changes that will occur at the end of the month. Score determines my world ranking as Poland. Money, this is used to pay for units, buildings, etc. I will get 91 in taxes. I have to pay 10 in debt, pay 21 for army, and 33 for projects and events. Okay, so that's quite a bit of it. Reflection of a government's effectiveness. Used for diplomatic actions, projects, army, etc. 30 base, 36 provinces, 7 industry, 17 population, and 24 for projects. New tax taken alone. Okay, GDP growth. Taxes are going down. Okay. Natural resources. Resources from owned provinces and trade required for projects, buildings, army. 94 from provinces. I got a one-time multiplier, and minus 30 for projects. Okay. HDI, a statistical measurement of citizens' level of development, education, and income required for projects. Shortens army production and project implementation. Okay. Gotcha. Directly under the upper bar, you can see the information bar. Interesting news items and events around in your and other countries will be listed here. You can clear the messages by clicking them. Okay, so we need to take out a loan. Next to the upper bar is the current date. And the buttons used to change game speed. The default speed is normal. You can pause the game or set to fast. Here you can also find plain view button to quickly change to a cleaner, more easy to read map. Okay, so let's pause the game since we've been going here. Okay. Your main country management options are in the side menu. You can find detailed information about your nation here. Cultures accepted by society and the government. Provinces with unaccepted cultures receive moderate and happiness penalty. Western civilization. Next election is a long ways away. Political system, authoritarianism. It's democracy. Allowable deficit, relations to democracy, unhappiness, war requirements, annexation requirements, interventionism, economic development, unemployment. Control of the economy is held by the government and is expressed by price caps, high tariffs, and low interventionism. Means a free market and less predictability. High interventionism hinders growth but does offer more security in times of crises. Does it say anything here about the political system? Okay. Okay. Personal control. Government controls the citizens' everyday life. This control is asserted in a wide range of ways, from monitoring to the criminalization of other parties. Freedom reduces unhappiness but can be dangerous. Due to the limits of the law, control increases unhappiness but offers more political stability. Militarism. Traditions influences the country. High militarism increases maximum army size. It reduces cost but may also reduce relations with others. Population growth is down. Human Development Index. Measurement of citizens' level of development, education, income required for projects shortens. Army production and projects implementation. Diplomacy. Perception of the country's expansive ambitions. Grant one or your non-capital province independence, reduces warmonger, and gives you a permanent bonus to relations with a released country. All right, so there's a lot of stuff there because that's just the internal politics. It's not going to let me click on the other stuff. Okay. The side menu is further divided into 4 submenus. Economy. There's more here on the economy. So this is a very complex management game. Military and other countries. Brief information about the country. Oh, this is everything. Switch between them by clicking their buttons. Okay. Next to the side menu, you can find additional buttons for windows that deal directly with certain aspects of the game. United Nations or nuclear weapon management. You'll learn more about these in a moment. Oh. Tasks, projects, statistics. Okay. In the lower right-hand portion of the screen, you can set a desired map view. By default, set a political view, which shows nation borders. Change the view by clicking on the other buttons. Some maps show additional information. Note that you can zoom in and out of the map with the mouse wheel. This will more or less detail information on the various provinces. To move around the map, simply left-click and move. Okay, so we can scroll out, scroll in. Ooh, all right, Poland. All right, so political map. We have terrain map. Relations map, society map, trade map, and score map. All right, we'll go back to the political map. To the right of the screen is a modification center. It will show up whenever something requires attention. Click the internal politics icon, which will expand and show you what's happening at home. As you can see right now, your country is in a dire economic situation due to negative GDP growth and high unemployment. It's up to you to turn things around. Okay. High unemployment, negative GDP growth. Empty project slot. Okay, to move forward, you need to finish the tasks listed in the tasks menu. The first requires that you borrow some money. Click the Take button in the Economy tab. Take loan. If you pause the game, make sure to unpause for your task to complete. No. Take out loan. Collect at least 800 money in your treasury. Take out a loan to achieve this. Okay. Notice you've earned action points and score points for finishing your first task. Action points are a representation of your government's bureaucratic power and are spent on various actions similarly to money. Your monthly income of action points and every other resource appears in brackets in the upper bar. Research positive GDP growth by activating basic infrastructure project. Okay. Score points, know your place. Makes sense. Okay, now you have some money to burn. To increase your income further, you can use the tax slider in the economy menu. Keep in mind that high taxes will cause unhappiness. Reaching positive GDP and activating the basic infrastructure project are parts of your next task. Positive GDP growth translates into wealthy society over time, which in return translates into higher profits from taxes. Projects are unique laws, policies, constructions, and orders introduced by your government. They can affect various aspects of your country. For example, basic infrastructure will improve your GDP growth. Introducing a good project can easily help you kill two birds with one stone, all by also finishing tasks. Click directly on the basic infrastructure icon. To open the projects window, find the basic infrastructure and click the Am I developing a basic infrastructure? And activate it. Project implementations can take a while. Check their progress in the notification center to the right of the screen. Okay. You can also speed things up by using the time control buttons. Okay, we can see, there's how many days I have left. It is complete. Okay. Improving the economy. Great job. Keep in mind that upkeep for most active projects requires money and action points every month. If you ever find yourself needing to cut costs, you can always suspend some projects. Now let's look at the unemployment. Let's look at the unemployment in your country. The unemployment rate is in the economy menu. It is already high. Where is my unemployment? Here we go. Oh, 15%. It is pretty high. But it's getting even higher due to its positive growth. You can fight it by increasing GDP growth or by introducing helpful projects. Introduce the bureaucracy project from the economy menu to finish your next task. To make it easier to plan around current projects, use the effects filter in the bottom left corner of the projects window. Click it and pick, okay. Unemployment, bureaucracy. Click bureaucracy in the list and center the screen on it. Okay, it's there. Activate. All right. Got some bureaucracy going on. Speed up time. Fight unemployment. Introduce bureaucracy project to lower your unemployment growth. Okay. Excellent. Now your country should be economically stable for the time being, although my GDP is down again. Remember that loans you take out, you must be repaid. Otherwise, you could face bankruptcy when your debt gets deep enough. Your GDP and score are permanently lowered then. Repay your loan from the beginning of the game by clicking the Pay Debt. Now let's take a look at diplomacy. In Realpolitiks, your country maintains constant relations with every other country in the world. Relations are represented by values between 0 and 100. You can check your current relations by the relations map view. Key relations are also listed in the capital province of other countries. Let's close that. Okay. Your next task requires you to reach at least 65 relations with the Czech Republic. Okay. Close the task window and right-click the Czech region. I left-clicked. Right-click. Diplomacy. View diplomatic actions. Making 65 with them will require the implementation of 2 programs: improve relations and help country. Okay. Improve relations. Implement. Help country. Implement. Diplomatic programs are somewhat similar to one-off projects. You need the money and action points to begin implementation, but you don't need to pay every month to keep them active. After implementation of both programs, your relations with the Czech Republic should reach 65. Remember, you can check programs' progress in the notification center. Okay. All right. Excellent. Now it's time to start your own bloc. Blocs are alliances between countries. A country can only be in one bloc at a time. To invite the Czechs to your bloc, right-click their province, pick diplomacy, and then the bloc operation. Okay, let's close this. Diplomacy. You need the right level of relations and units to invite countries to invitations. Cost money and action points. Great. Now, as long as they stay in your bloc, you'll have full access to their units in every conflict. Keep in mind that your bloc's maintenance also costs money and action points every month, depending on the size and number of members. You can also introduce special integrators to gain additional benefits from your bloc. Integrators are similar to projects, with the difference being that you'll need higher relations with your bloc members in order to keep your bloc together for each activated integrator. Open up your bloc integrators window and find the freedom. Diplomacy. No, that's not it. Oh. Bloc integrators window. Freedom movement, and find the freedom movement integrator. It will improve your monthly population growth of your country. Start the integrator and wait until it's active. Activate. Okay. In the internal politics menu, you can find basic political information on your country, interventionism, personal control. Values of interventionism, personal control, and military determine your political system. These will change with elections, economic conditions, new projects, being at war, etc. Right now, you have an authoritarian country, but if enough changes to those stats, your entire system will change as well. Click the Czech Republic. This will highlight their country in country menu. As you can see, they are a democracy. Okay. Normally, with the difference between your political systems, it would be very hard for you to invite them to your bloc, but these restrictions have been relaxed for the purpose of this tutorial. You can, however, still try to influence them via a spy operation. Your next task required you to change the Czech Republic to authoritarianism. Right-click the province, click the spy operation, influence political system, implement. Our agents report the influence political system operation was a complete success. Czech Republic has no idea what hit them. Yes! I feel like everything's going right for me in the tutorial. Spy operations allow you to try dirty tricks on other countries, but be aware that if your spies are caught, your country's reputation will suffer, of course. The next task requires you to use damage reputation on Ukraine. This will lower Ukraine's relations with every other country in the world. Initiate it just like the one before. Okay. The Ukraine is weak. Damage reputation, right? Our agents report that damage reputation was a complete success. Ukraine has no idea what hit them. The next tutorial task requires you to open your own stock exchange. Stock exchanges generate steady income depending on GDP. Intervention, personal control, world economy, and other blah, blah, blah. Countries with stock exchanges compete against each other in global stock market. Those with the biggest participation percentages earn the most. To begin, you must first introduce the local financial center project. Notice that in order to activate it, you need a preliminary one, stock exchange. Implement stock exchange, and when it is done, implement the local financial center. Okay, so I got to do stock exchange, activate. Activate. After that, you can open your stock exchange by clicking Open Stock button in the stock exchange menu. Okay. The strength of your stock exchange depends greatly on the members you have invited. By default, you can have up to 3, but you can increase this number with additional projects. You can also improve rating of countries you've invited, thus increasing the income they generate. There are 3 rating levels for each member. Remember to regularly check your stock. As the rating decreases over time, you'll need to increase it again, keep the income at the highest possible level. One final thing to remember about the stock exchange is that you can be invited by someone else to trade on their own stock exchange. When this happens, you'll have the ability to place an embargo on that country via World Stock Exchange tab in the stock exchange menu. When you do this, you'll cut any income you provide to the other country. Be aware, however, that this will be perceived as an offensive action. Invite some wealthy countries to choosing your next task. Keep in mind that green represent higher income from the other country. Right. Keep in mind the green represents higher income from that country. Trade map. How do I invite other countries? Oh, add market. Invite. Hey. Okay, well I think I'm done the tutorial basics. What I'll do next time is I'll actually go through the tutorial war, and then we'll do the tutorial advanced, so that we can kind of get a feel of how the game is played, and then we'll actually go into one of the scenarios. So I hope you enjoyed this look at Realpolitiks. Again, this is going to be on Steam on February 16th, I believe. Until next time, Delgar out.